Tech Beginners, how are you? In previous lecture, you have learned about Python and its introduction. In this lecture, you are going to learn about control statements and loops in Python. Here is a video and I'll give a breakdown and overview about today's lecture. So today you are going to learn what are control statements, looping structure in Python, the break statement, the continue statement and some real world examples. So I'll give an introduction to Python again. So, what is a Python? A Python is a popular high level and general purpose programming language. It is known for its simplicity, readability, and wide range of applications from web development to data science, artificial intelligence, and automation. It was created by Goodyear Van Rossum. It was first released in 1991. So why to learn Python? So it is easy to read and easy to write. A huge community and support, extensive libraries and frameworks, cross platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, used in many fields like web, AI, data science, automation, etc. So these are importance to learn Python. And in Python, we have many topics like variables, data types, some data structures like lists, dictionaries, tuples, and some control statements. Those are if, elif, and else. In Python, we have three types of control statements. We all know why in C language I have told you about these control statements. Control statements, these control the flow of execution in a program. It allows conditional execution repetition. So common types in Python are if, elif, and else. These are the control statements, and loop statements are for loop and while loop. Break, continue, pass are these are some statements. So these three together called as control statements. So we'll briefly learn about this if statements. So if statements, we all know how to use if statements and same else statements, elif statements. Like in C language, what we have, same thing we have in Python also. I'll tell you in when we go to real world examples. I give you a brief introduction there. Now we'll see for loop. So in for loop, iterates over a sequence like list, string, range. Example for int, for I equals to, for I in range of 5, print I. So in does not like C, Python have small lines of code. Like we no need to initialize before some header files. We no need to write all that in Python. Just we simply write for I in range 5, print I. So the output will give us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have another while loop statement also. It repeats as long as condition is true. Here's when you see an example for I equals to 0 while I is less than 5, print I equals to I plus 1. This is the condition. So when what is the condition here? While I less than 5. So when I equals to 0, it will print because the condition is true. So for up to 4, while I equals to 4, the statement will be printed. Then if I equals to 5, what will happen? The condition, it get false. So the statement is terminated there. We'll get an output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, the break statement. So you can all these run Python IDEs like VS Code, PyCharm, or ideally, or in online you can see Replit or Google Colab. So you can run your Python code there. Install Python from python.org and you can run it like command line. And those IDs which I have told you, VS Code, PyCharm, or ideally, you have another called Anaconda Notebook also. You can run your projects or any Python codes there. So control statements and loops are in Python. Great, let's dive deeper into the control statements and loops in Python. These are essential for making decisions, repeating actions in your code. So these control statements and loops in Python is very important in Python. Loops are used to repeat code multiple times. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence, and a while loop repeats as long as condition is true. So these control loops behave. We have another called break and continue statements. These are control statement. Break statement stops the loop completely, so it exits the loop prematurely. Example: for I in range of 10, if I equals to 5, break print I. So when I equals to 5, then break statement will execute. So until it prints I. If when I equals to 5, it will break. That's why we'll get an output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this, the break statement helpful. Next, continue. Continue skips the current iteration. Let us see an example. For I equals to range 5, if I equals to 2, continue or print I. So when the condition true, it skips that iteration. So if I equals to 2, when I becomes 2, it continues. It does not take print statement. It iterates and give I equals to 3, and again the condition is false, so the continue statement won't work here. It will print. You can see here 1 0 1 3 4 is getting printed. In this way, the continue statement helpful. Next, pass statement. It does nothing. Placeholders for future code. I'll tell you deeper about break and continue statements. Let us explore the break and continue statements. In Python, these are used inside the loops to control their flow. Break statement purpose is immediately exits the loop. Used when you want to stop the loop early based on a condition, we use this break statement. And continue statement purpose is to skip the current iteration and move to the next one. It is used when you want to ignore the certain values or condition but continue looping. You use the continue statement. In combination of both also we can use break and continue statements. So we can use loops inside break inside the loops we can use this break and continue statements also. We have seen already here. In for loop we use the break and continue statements. So next let's see about this pass statement. What is a pass? Pass is null operation. It does nothing when executed. It is used up as a placeholder where code will go in the future, but where Python accepts an intended block like in loops, function classes, or conditionals. It helps avoid syntax error when you do not want to write any logic yet. So if you won't, it is nothing. There is no useful for this pass statement in. So see here example for I equals to range 5. If I equals to 2, pass print 9. We got all the numbers. So it is nothing. It's just a placeholder thing. So we'll see some real world examples. Before that, I'll tell you when to use this pass statement. While planning a code structure, you can use this pass statement when writing classes, functions, or loops with logic to be filled in later. To temporarily disable parts of your code, you can write this use statement. Some common mistakes to avoid this pass or continue break statements. Like there are some common mistakes many people will confuse here. So don't confuse in pass or with continue or break statements. Pass does nothing at all. Continue skips the current iteration and break exits the loop. Uh, some real world examples like you take here sum of even numbers. Here what is the like this is not only one structure, you can write your own code. Here what I have taken is for I in range of 10, if I percentage 2 not equals to 0. I percentage 2 means a reminder. In percentage symbol it means we'll get the reminder. Suppose if we take I like I value 1 1 by 2, the reminder we won't get 0. So It skips continue. Why we use continue? It skips the current iteration. Total plus equals to I, print sum total. So we'll get all the sum of even numbers. I'll execute and I'll show you. Wait for 2 minutes. Yes, you can see here the code for the sum of odd numbers. We took at a variable total equals to 0 for number in range 1 to 101. I want from 1 to 100, so I given range from 1 to 101. So the condition, if number percentage 2, it means the remainder not equals to 0, then total equals to total plus number. So print sum of odd numbers. So here you can see I got 2500. Same code I just kept in the place of equals to, I have given not equals to. So we'll see another example like printing numbers from 1 to 100. I'll take using for loop. I'll show you. It is very easy code for number in range 1 to 11, because I want numbers between 1 to 10. I So print number. Don't forget to give column for here. I expected and intended block. I got intention for print. Let's see. So the see, just 2 lines of code. I can print 1 to 10 numbers, not to 1 to 10. You can print 100 numbers using the same code. This is as simple. So I'll tell you the statements, if else if and all that statements which have told. I'll tell you when it is. I'll explain in the real world examples. So what are these if statements, else statement, and else if statements? So we have three types control statements: if, elif, and else. I'll show you example in that compiler, and I'll tell you in simple language. We have already seen in C language about this if else if statements. Same like here also we use, but the syntax, the only syntax is difference here. In if statement we just write a condition like mm, if next we write, we don't have brackets here, parenthesis, if condition, and we write colon, next print statement. This is the syntax for if. Just this is the syntax. We just write if. Before you have to include a variable. Let in a simple note, I just give you an example. So if I'll take a variable x equals to suppose take x equals to 10. Next, if x is greater than 5, don't forget colon. This is called indentation mark. You'll have indentation. Print x is greater. So see, the code is executed. This is very simple if statement. Same like if we have else if also. I have told you before if elif and else. Before elif we'll go for if and else statement. Same like in C language we have we'll write a condition for if colon, then some block will be executed. Next we'll write a statement else. There is no condition in else. We just write else and a colon and something condition will end. This is called if else statement. I'll show you in the code. Mm, else print x is less than 5. I'll give here 15 now. See, x is less than. Same like in C language, how we got the same thing here also. We have another control statement called if elif else or simply elif. Why it is not getting answered? So here what we write is we write same if a condition, again we write elif, there is no space between el and if, again we write condition and colon. Next we write else, without a condition we write the colon. Like we'll include three statements here. If we take elif,
लड़की दे दुकान आ जाओ 15-10 मिनट बाहर आते हैं नहीं तो मैसेज भेजते बैठ जाओ
elif x equals to 10, print suppose x is equal Have we missed anything? Just say. See, x is less than. Just some intonation problems. We have to give double equals to. See, x is equal. Like this, we use these three control loops. So I think we have covered all the topics. I'll just give you a brief overview on today's topic. So what we have learned today, we learned about control statements. Control statements are used to control the code. We use such statements. So these are very important to learn Python. We need we need to focus on these control statements. Looping structures. We have three types of control statements: if, elif, else. We have seen the examples just now. We have two types of loops: for loops and while loops. For loops, it iterates over a sequence like list, string, range, and while loops repeat as a condition is true. So the break statement, we have the break statement. It exits the loop prematurely. The purpose is to immediately exit the loop. It uses when you want to stop the loop early based on the condition. Next, the continue statement purpose. It skips the current iteration and continue the next move, used when you want to ignore a certain values or conditions but continue looping. There is another statement called pass statement, which is not much useful. Pass is a null operation. It does nothing when executed. It is used as a placeholder where a code will go in the future. But when Python expects an intended block like loops, function classes, or conditionals, it helps in avoiding syntax errors when you do not want to write any logic. So we have seen some of the real world examples: to print numbers of 1 to 10, to print even or odd numbers, to print sum of even numbers and sum of odd numbers. So don't confuse in writing the loops statements or anything, and don't be confused on these continue break statements. Pass does nothing at all. Continue skips the current iteration. Break just exit the loop. So you can practice much with the real problems so that you can understand more. So thank you for listening to today's lecture.